Ladies, gentlemen, and variations thereupon, it's time to make your voice heard. With thanks to our friends over at Model AI, Season 1 of Player Choice starts now. Viewers can submit their votes for the first round now via the link in the description, and then tune in to the live elimination rounds on Twitch starting Wednesday, February 15th, where we present the contestants, discuss their merits, tally up the votes, and see who makes it through to the next round, all in an effort to potentially become the very first game in our AI in Games Hall of Fame. Our first season is a topic you already gave input and one that I know you're bound to have an opinion on. The best AI for a first-person shooter. I mean, come on, this entire YouTube experiment was kickstarted thanks to my video on fear. It seemed like an appropriate place to start. First-person shooters have long been a showcase for AI innovations in games, be it from the very early days of Wolfenstein 3D and Doom, through to Quake, Unreal Tournament, Half-Life, Halo, Crysis, Stalker, and, well, Doom all over again. Creating dynamic and reactive opponents, intelligent allies, and ultimately crafting experiences that are still held in high regard today. And this time it's not up to me to decide which game is best. All of you watching out there will be the ones responsible for making that happen. Thanks to our Player Choice Committee, a community group that you can join by being an early access supporter of AI in Games via YouTube or Patreon, we whittled down the list you provided me last year in the YouTube community tab from 70 down to the final 32. This was a tough process, but it's led to our 2 conferences as part of this first season, and there's some pretty tough votes in the early rounds. First up, the UAC Conference, where players have fought back against the horrors of hell, of humanity's folly, and the perils brought on by creepy little girls. Our first round brackets for this conference are First Encounter Assault Recon vs Insurgency Sandstorm, Deathloop vs Bioshock, Half-Life vs The Darkness, Arma 3 vs Doom Eternal, Bioshock Infinite vs Brothers in Arms Road to Hill 30, Half-Life 2 vs Doom, GoldenEye 007 vs SWAT 4, and Bioshock 2 vs Doom 2016. Meanwhile, over in the UNSC Conference, humanity has stood its ground against the hordes of the undead, mutated monstrosities, and the threats we face from beyond the stars. Our first round brackets in the UNSC Conference are Left 4 Dead 2 vs Halo Reach, Prey 2017 vs Halo 3, Titanfall 2 vs Halo Combat Evolved, Far Cry 3 vs Star Wars Republic Commando, Warhammer Vermintide vs Quake 3 Arena, Halo 2 vs System Shock 2, Unreal Tournament vs Rainbow Six Vegas, and last but not least, Timesplitters 2 vs Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl. Looking at this first round, it's clear we're going to lose some greats, and we might even see some upsets too. And it's your votes, the player's choice, that decides which games will make it to our next round. Voting is open now for the first round. Head down to the link in the description and in the comments to cast your votes. Plus, let us know what your thoughts are on these games in the comments as well. You can vote now, but you will also be able to vote live as it happens on Twitch during each episode. Tune in every Wednesday starting February 15th on the AI in Games Twitch channel to watch as we run through several elimination rounds live, as I discuss the merits of each game, tally up the votes, and declare who makes it through to the next round. If you can't watch on the day, then tune in to AI in Games Plus to catch up on all the big moments as they happened. Plus, if you join the early access tiers, either on YouTube or Patreon, you get to vote on the Player Choice Committee's own version of the tournament and decide our final tier lists, stacking up the committee's opinions against the general public, and of course, against mine as well. Cast your votes, make your voices heard, and join me for the first wave of eliminations starting February 15th. Let's go!